What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Country Boys RC. Today we're going to jump into the art of making scale accessories for your scale trucks. Figured we would make a couple simple scale items: tow straps or tow ropes, firewood bundle, bedroll or like a sleeping mat for camping, and a bundle of firewood. I've got a couple other things made, but they'll kind of fall into one of those other categories. Built a couple of the things off camera just so we could save some time. One of the things I built was the bedroll. As you can see, it's just a piece of foam. This is actually off of a can koozie. I just took and cut the little square out of it, and whenever I cut the square out of it, I put some super glue on it and rolled it up on top of it and just kept super gluing with each layer to hold the foam. And then I took some pieces out of some paracord, some of the little filament out of the paracord, wrapped around it, tied just a basic knot in it, cut the ends of it, and then put some super glue on top of the knots to keep it from coming apart. Real simple, easy to make. Get you a couple of scale points for your next scale, competition. Doesn't weigh nothing, so you don't have to worry about your truck, adding weight to your truck and messing up anything. Next thing I got, this is for someone who wants to, have their truck set up to look like they're going camping or they're going off into the woods for, an adventure. All it is a bundle of wood. This is actually just a small branch off of a tree. Broke it apart, split it up into the pieces I need, cut it, and then took a bread tie, wrapped around it real tight, glued all the wood together, wrapped it up, and there you go. I even left the bark on it to make it look like it was split firewood. And of course, you got your tow ropes. This one here is just a piece of I don't even remember what type of rope this was. It's not paracord. It's just a piece of white rope that you can pick up at a hardware store. I think I paid like 13 cents per foot of this. And this is what you come up with. Take some super glue, make you a loop, throw some heat shrink over it, and there you go. On this one here, I actually have made a hook to go into it for guys who don't have the D-rings on their bumpers. So the Wraith and a couple of the SCX10s who don't have the D-rings on the bumpers, you could use this to hook around the axle, or just hook to something and pull a friend of yours out if you're scaling with someone. Or if you want to, you can make an even smaller version, bundle it up like I did here. Yes, it is a tow rope. There you can see the loop. I can get it to focus, and the heat shrink on it. Took and wrapped a piece of wire around it, bundled it up. This is probably only 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. So this would be something you could just have sitting in your truck, and it will get you some scale points along with the bundle of firewood and the sleeping mat. I made a little hook. It's not very hard to make. Take a multi-tool, piece of flat metal. I used actually a hair clip from my wife's. She's got a bunch of extra ones, so she won't notice a couple of them missing. What I took and made this little, just small, simple hook, folded it once over it, and then just bent it back the opposite direction over the end of my multi-tool, and made a hanger. Basically what you can do with this, for you guys who have the SCX10, the Honcho, the Dingo, the Wraith, G6s. You could take and make you a small hole in your roll cage, put this into that hole, fill that hole with super glue, and then you don't have to worry about that coming off. And what you can do with that, you can hang scale accessories off of it. Like on mine, when my G6 gets here, I'm actually going to hang my scale tow rope off of it. And as I'll show you guys, I'm actually not holding that rope on there. Just there you guys go. You can see it's hanging on there. There's a good shot of it. Very simple scale accessory, scale points. Another thing, a bunch of people don't think about it. Go to hobby stores, buy these plastic models, and you can find scale accessories in that. I actually salvaged a gas can out of a model. This is just a regular old metal gas can. There's just a scale point for competition. You can make it if you have the piece of plastic or something and you know how to mold stuff, but I didn't have to make that one. That was something I just salvaged out of a model kit that I bought and built. So, well, let's go ahead and get started on the tow ropes. We're going to make the full-size tow ropes. To make the small one, you just shrink it down and wrap it with wire. Very simple. Really don't have nothing to worry about showing y'all that. What you'll need is just a piece of rope. This is some 550 paracord. Decided to use red and black. It was what I could find at the hardware store. They didn't have any bright yellow or bright orange. They were out of it, but I do have some on order. So if I want to make some brighter colors, I can. I got a 50-foot section here. This actually only cost me like $3 for 50 foot of that, which is real good. So what you want to do, take your super glue and put your super glue on one end of the paracord. Get you a good little bit on there so it'll hold. And what you'll do, you'll just let it fold back on top of itself. And you'll hold it down, making a loop. Once you've got the loop made, you just hold it to make sure the glue is held. You get a piece of just normal heat shrink tubing. I bought a pack of it. I think it cost me only, I got a big like 8-pack, 10-pack of it for $1 and some change. What you'll do is just feed it onto your paracord. Make sure you get the right size tubing for it so you can build it. Alright guys, so once you get that slid up on there like so, what you'll do, you'll take your lighter. Don't put it directly onto the cord, just hold it above it and let the heat shrink do its job, tighten down. And once you've got that done, there you go. What you'll do, you'll just repeat that for the other loop and you've got a scale tow rope. Next thing we're going to build is going to be the bedroll, the sleeping mat. What you want to do, take the piece of koozie, this is actually half of the bottom. take your scissors and just cut you just a simple square out of it. It don't have to be perfect, guys, because, you know, when you roll up a sleeping bag or something, it never looks right. Then what you want to do is figure out what side you want out. If it's got a design on the other side, you know, if you want that design out, then cool. This is actually just a pink camouflage one. This was a spare one from, you know, a sample of koozies I got for the company. And, you know, give you different designs to choose from. Didn't choose this one. I chose this here, you know, this camouflage, and went with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick with the black out. Throw all the scrap stuff out of the way. You'll take your super glue again, and you have to soak this stuff down because the super glue will soak into it. Make you a big spot right there. And then just roll it up on top of itself really tight. Once you get it rolled up, you'll take it again, put more super glue on the other end of it, fill it up, and hold it down. You will get super glue on your hands, guys, so make sure you wash your hands afterwards to get all that off. And there's the finished product once you get it rolled up. Next thing you'll want to do, take a piece of that paracord. This is just some of the little strings out the inside of it. Tie you a small loop. Slide it through the loop, and, you know, get it on one end of the sleeping roll. Once you get it there, make sure it's actually all the way onto it and not hanging off just like I done. Pull it tight. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tie another knot. Basically all I'm doing is just tying a square knot to hold it together. Cinch it down real good, and that's what you got. Next thing, take your scissors, cut your excess string off, cut above the knot, don't cut too close or it'll come undone. And just as a precaution to keep it from coming undone, super glue, put it right on top of your knot. And there you go. Repeat it for the other side, and there's your sleeping roll. Last but not least is probably one of the more strenuous ones. It's the wood bundle. I'm actually going to bring the camera down closer so you guys can see how I do this. Show you guys what you'll need. This is a piece of just that branch I broke off. It's only maybe 2.5, 3 inches long. What you'll need for this, you'll need something to split this in, you know, smaller pieces with, something to cut it with. I'm actually going to cut it with a multi-tool. And I'm going to split it with a razor blade very carefully. And what you'll end up with is small pieces like this. So I did leave some bark on it to make it look like split firewood. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera down, and we will start building this. Alright guys, I got the camera brought down here closer so you can see what we're doing. This is what it's going to end up looking like when you're finished. There you can, well, if I can hold on to it. There you can see I left the bark on. No, that is not paint. That is the actual bark. What you'll do, you'll take this piece of wood, take a knife, a razor blade, something, and you'll just cut it. Get it broke down into smaller pieces. Once you get it broke down, there we go. I split this piece here. You'll end up with a pile that looks like this here. I've got probably 10 pieces in this bundle, which will make a good size bundle. All you have to do is just take your super glue and start building a stack. Slide this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just put super glue on top of the wood like so, and start stacking the wood on top of it. It will take some time to do this, guys, because the wood soaks up some of the super glue. And there's 2 pieces glued together. What you'll do, you'll just repeat the process building up this bundle. And guys, just remember, this doesn't have to be perfect, because when you stack wood, it's never looks perfect. It's always going to have some odd shapes to it. So don't try to go and get, you know, all equal pieces. Go for some variety so it looks, you know, different. And then what you'll want to do once you get your bundle built, take your super glue and run it down into the cracks and all on all the sides of it, just so you know that you got plenty of glue holding the wood together. I know my camera work sucks on this one, guys. It's kind of hard because I can't get my camera low enough to my workbench to show you guys that. But there's the bundle after it's been built. What you'll want to do is take a bread tie, and if I can get it out of this pile of, let's see, I need a real thin piece here. There's one. What you'll do, there's your bread tie if you've stripped it down. Take a pair of pliers, multi-tool, if I can figure out where I set my pliers at. Here they are. And just hold one end of it like so, and lay the pile on top of it. And what you'll want to do is, well, before you hold it with pliers, you need to get at least one wrap started with it. Wrap it around really tight, and then grab that one of the loose ends that you're not wrapping it up with. And what you might need to do is actually grab a second pair of pliers to do this with, so you're sure you get it really tight. It may take a couple of tries to get it done. And then when you get it wrapped up, if your wires end up being right there together, what you can do is take your pliers, grab both ends of it, if you can, and just twist them. And there you go. That's what you'll end up with. There is your bundle of firewood. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click on the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoy it.